Good evening, beautiful ones. Welcome to the current energy reading for Divine Lovers, for Twin Flames, for the Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine. I'll refer to the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine a lot. And this is, of course, whichever one you identify with. And it can also, and most likely, also represents the masculine or feminine side within you. Because we all have yin and yang. It's all about balance. That's why we're here, isn't it? So bear with me, guys. Energies are extremely intense, and I'm working through them as best I can. And hopefully these cards will give us all a bit of a clue as to what's going on. We have 3 Romance Angel Oracle cards tonight, and I'm going to start with this one. This isn't the first one I pulled, but the other 2 kind of go together. So we have heart to heart conversations. I think this one has come up before. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. Why are we holding back, guys? Be honest with yourself. Are you holding back? Are you feeling some blockages around the heart and throat chakras? Have you been a bit withdrawn? This is the key to building bridges with your counterpart. And there's more of a general feel to this. I think it's to do with anyone who's close to you at the moment. It's just the way it has to be from now on, the way to move forward. I quite like this card. I want to talk a little bit about this character here. I could say it's the Divine Masculine. At first it looks a bit like he's not really listening or paying attention. But perhaps that resonates with someone. You're going to feel like you're talking to a brick wall. But actually, I feel the Divine Feminine here is perhaps initiating the conversation. Ladies, if you have the chance to make the first move in this, then go ahead. Don't be afraid. It's like he's in shock. So what has she said? These little cherubs here. I know that some of you resonate with the term spirit babies. Perhaps these are your spirit babies. They're just little helpers. Gone for a romantic walk, and I feel she's just said something. She's like been planning in her head, right? I'm gonna say, this and this and this, and she's just blurted out, "Let's make babies." He's just gone, what? He's just like fallen against the tree, and just in a shock. And the tree's holding him up, and she's holding him up, and she's patting his hand as he fainted. Maybe she's had to slap him as well to rouse him. It's just I just find that this time in this card, there's a lot of it's quite light-hearted. Of course, heart-to-heart conversations can be serious, but they can don't have to be that intense. Let's move on with that one. Okay, so the other 2, I'll show them one at a time. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. And we have flirt. Extend your light-hearted energy to others. With these 2, I initially got imagery of Peter Pan. And this is like a Captain Hook, kind of a dark Captain Hook energy here. And this is the light Tinkerbell. This kind of like the differences between the 2. And if that does resonate with me, how long have I been hiding my mouth? Let me just readjust myself. because of course you all want to see my beautiful face. Okay, that does resonate with me on some level. May get more information on that as we go, but I don't want to go too much into the story of Peter Pan unless it's absolutely necessary. But it's I'll just start with this one. It can be in your twin flame dynamic. This could be about putting mask on, putting barriers up, not opening up. That could be where the other card comes in. But I feel more that this is an interfering energy. This is someone else. And I'll just refer to he and she, the characters here. And this may be you, or this may be your counterpart. And they are in, I would say this most likely represents a romantic relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to. It can just be a person that they're dealing with. And this person is the one who, okay, maybe not 100% wearing the false mask. It can be this one as well. It can be a bit of both. It's a masquerade. It's the whole dynamic is a bit of a farce. But this person, one of the reasons why Captain Hook, that character, may be coming up is this person is obsessive. This person is obsessed with this one. She's obsessed with him. She has a hook. It's like has a hook in him, a dark hook, and it's something about control, about manipulation. Someone with those kind of tendencies, they're so know that they feel that they're losing their power. They can feel that, and it's like, go back to like a masquerade. It is like a pantomime, this kind of relationship. It's neither side is 100% honest, but it's like this tall, dark pirate figure with a huge hat and high boots and everything. It's like in like a pantomime. It's like when you strip all that off, they're actually someone who's not that intimidating physically. I mean, if that makes sense, also in a kind of energetic kind of setting. It's like the more they're feeling they're losing their power, it's like the higher that hat has to be, the more makeup needs to go on. This character here has been, just can't, they know, it's like, and they kind of both know as well. It's not one is naive. And it's like this one here could be impersonating, what's the other word? Oh, okay, it's not coming to mind. Same person. This one knows this one is thinking of someone else. Possibly they even know they're a twin flame. Perhaps they even know who the twin flame is. They could be impersonating this person's twin flame. Again, not if this connects with more than one person who's watching this video. I'm not sure exactly how they know, but they could be tuning into it on various levels. They could know. They could be looking at this person's phone, conversations on the phone, or they could be tapping into something on the higher levels. Perhaps they have some skill in that as well. I'm a burlesque performer, and I don't know what the term is where you make like a farce of someone, where you like impersonate for the purpose of ridicule. Oh my goodness, this is getting really embarrassing. they could be doing, it could be, this person could be dressing up as me. I mean, look at my face. Maybe this is my twin flame and his partner. Somehow impersonating you for the purpose of ridicule, belittling you. That could be, it could be absolutely physical, or it could be aspects of your personality, or trying to impersonate your essence. But anyway, this is not working anymore. Someone's issuing an ultimatum. This one's issuing an ultimatum, and in the past this one would have been too shit scared to yeah, this one's walking on eggshells a lot. Would have been too shit scared to challenge it. But there's something about being able to see through it now. It's like, you know, like calling their bluff, or it's like, okay, you do that then. The reason this person has put themselves in this position, I feel that it could be to protect others, and that is quite interesting. But it's come to a point now where it's like, well, I wouldn't just say this is a romantic partnership. There's not a lot of romance there, but I think you know what I mean. It's like, I wouldn't put up with this from a friend. I wouldn't put up with this from a workmate or whatever. So why am I putting up with this from my partner? And I feel this energy is just so strong. But the more I talk about it, it's like this huge kind of dark shadow. And then there's this one, just like the Tinkerbell energy, which is like a small ball of light. But in size, in comparison, they physically seem a lot smaller. But the magnitude of the power isn't in the size. But as I talk about this, I feel this one diminishing a lot more. But it doesn't matter about size, does it, ladies? This is like the golden snitch. It's a bit like that. And this is yeah, and it's about this one. Perhaps is pretending not to see this. Perhaps this is something that has been going on. Sorry, pretending not to see the light, but they can see it like out of the corner of their eye, and they're like keeping an eye on it. Perhaps that's why it has to remain so small, to kind of be a bit incognito. But in terms of treasure, going back to treasure, it's like, you know, the smallest. Yeah, it's like the. Okay, I won't go down that kind of path because I don't know what I'm saying. But there's something here also about perhaps you and your twin flame, if you're in some kind of physical contact, perhaps you can't keep up a masquerade either. Perhaps you've had to engage in some kind of, for whatever reason, could be to protect others, or because of this one, fear of this one, or whatever, some kind of masquerade, some kind of charades. But it's like that. It's like you can't not engage in flirting with each other. You can't resist putting your hands on each other. And there's a lot of, just so much power in this card, and it is this is being squashed down. So yeah, well, 15 minutes on the oracle cards, but it was quite important. So we'll see where we get with the Tarot, Wildwood Tarot. So I was, as I said, tuning into Peter Pan. And that was when I was, when I first looked at the Oracle cards. Then I shuffled the Wildwood Tarot deck and was asking for the card for the Divine Masculine. And look what came out. Who does that look like? It looks like Peter. So, oh, I feel so proud of myself when things like this happen. And, okay, so this is the Divine Masculine energy, the Wanderer, also known as the Fool. And we have, I feel like she needs to be on this side, Divine Feminine, 5 of Vessels, Ecstasy. You're looking beautiful, guys. Look at you. You're beautiful. So proud. I'm moving over again that way again, and can't see my face. Because the time for masks is over, I can't hide behind. Anything. So readjusting myself. It's all a bit complicated here in the studio. Okay. So this could be Wendy. These two cards are about surrender, about reaching a point of, it's very pure, childlike innocence. So much healing in this one. She's shed loads and loads of baggage, both of them. He's a traveler. He has no baggage. He doesn't have the stick on the handkerchief on the stick. He has nothing. He shed all his burdens and baggage. Whoa, bit of a mouthful there. And so is she. And you're both in the same place, guys. It's not one doing this, the other doing that. There's a sense of vulnerability here as well. And I can understand why that might be a bit uncomfortable. I'm just going to put this one down for a second, the Divine Feminine, focus on this one. So he has his arm stretch out there, ready to embrace. Why do I need to sugarcoat it? Ready to wrap his feminine in his arms. And he's not walking the plank, he's walking the rainbow bridge. Is he just turning his back on Captain Hook there? No, he has his responsibilities, he has his lost boys to look after, but it's like he's found another way to protect them, that perhaps not so obvious. And this is it is an awakening of sorts. It's like an unconscious awakening. He could be doing a lot of astral traveling in his sleep. I think, ladies, we know that is correct. We know that he is flying into certain ladies' windows. Only one though, and that is his beloved, to Wendy's window. There's some. He's fearless now. This is it's kind of. It's fearless, but also being shit scared at the same time. But just knowing you just has to, just following the rhythms, the rhythms of his heart song. There's a lot of music in this card. There's also in this one. Could be dancing. Both could be dancing. This state here, it is bliss, it's pleasure, it's absolutely can be sexual pleasure. There is something in the divine feminine's pleasure, arousal and pleasure that is creating this this pathway to him. It's like you need to keep, and it's not about, I'll say you need to keep this up. It's not about maintaining something. It's like, oh, I always have to keep the vibes high. I have to, you know, I'm a spiritual person. I have to be this and that. It's about being, it's about being completely authentic, and it's not allowing those dark energies to interfere with connecting to your heart, sex center, intellect, spirits, whatever. Oh yeah, one can be for your beloved. It's about having all those connected all the time. That's your protection as well. And you kind of, she's kind of guiding him at the moment, because I feel like she's already walked, she's just a few steps ahead in this, if that makes sense. She's kind of lit the path, and she's now the lighthouse for him to move. So if you kind of yeah, it's a tricky thing to say, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. I'll just say, if you don't keep this up, he's gonna lose his footing. But I don't want that to sound like there's some kind of pressure. It's not. This card is about a release of pressure. It's absolutely. She's. There's so much. Divine Feminine could be musical. It could be through her expressing herself musically, or through dance. Something about that frequency that is also helping her divine masculine move towards her. She could be doing a bit of a can. She could be doing a bit of a striptease. She's just completely. She's what's the song? Dance. Oh God, I can't speak. Dancing by Myself, Billy Idol. Oh my goodness. That was a bit embarrassing. Can't remember a Billy Idol song. There is also something in this it's a bit dirty dancing. No one puts baby in the corner. And she's kind of done that on her own. It's like, of course it's lovely if her counterpart does come whisk her away Patrick Swayze style, but it's almost like she doesn't need to wait for, she's not waiting for anyone's permission here. But he has helped her, perhaps energetically. He's done that. He's been there in that capacity. And I'll just have a quick look at these cards, because it's a bit difficult to look at them back to front. If there's anything else. This one came up before, didn't it? Yeah, it's just. And this one we definitely haven't seen before. So. Well, she's commandeered the ship, Hookie's ship. She's made him walk the plank. So no, I'm commandeering the ship. She's sailing along. She's a pirate captain now. She's a pirate queen. Yeah, so dancing a merry jig on the deck. She's like, right, I need to go and I can't run this ship on my own. I need to go get my first mate. He's just waiting there by the shore, and doesn't know when she's coming. Doesn't know, but he knows that she's coming, and he's ready to join the crew, and with all the Lost Boys with their little tribe, and yeah, there's also a bit of a Pied Piper energy with this card, and they definitely have, individually they have a lot of followers, a lot of people look up to them. They're both healers, they're both people of influence, but combined it's like they can have a whole fleet take over the seven seas, and so I'm gonna leave you there with that wonderful pirate imagery, and I will do an extended, and so if you'd like to watch that one, if not, I'll see you for the main reading next time. Love you loads.